difference. Personally, I'll give you a contrary view to what you said. Why? Because I was at the bus station and because the bus was leaving, he just locked the door. This elderly woman came and was knocking. He refused to open the door. He was there.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Princess and I have some of my colleagues here, and we're all international students from Nigeria. We're going to share our experiences in the UK. This is Nora.
My name is Chibuzo.
Lucy.
Read out some questions.
First question we're taking is, could you tell us a bit about yourself, your course of study and your journey to the UK?
We all studied the same thing, so just keep on happy.
Me that asked the question. My name is Chibuzo again. So our course of study is Masters in Healthcare Leadership. At our journey to UK, we took a flight.
Did you enter boats before? Oh yeah.
And I took a flight from Abuja. I think Lucy should have a better thing to say about journey. Did you take a flight too?
I came with flights, transiting flight actually, from Nigeria to Rwanda and Rwanda to UK because it's cheap. So, and UK, I'm sure Chibuzo did the same thing as well because I saw the blue microphone and earpiece she had. So that one is definitely from Rwanda Air.
We just find out that we did Rwanda Air, had a brief stopover at Rwanda, and my thought was that we are going to have some time in Rwanda. Looking at Rwanda, one other place that I would want to go to. In fact, when I leave UK, I'm going to Rwanda. But really nice. No chance like that. They just confiscated us in one place. I said we should stay there until the next 5 hours. And then we came to UK. How did you come to UK? Your journey to UK?
By flight.
By flight. You didn't trick.
Was I supposed to trick?
I don't know.
Did you come back? Because I saw a man that rode from Nigeria to UK. How?
Oh my God. Yeah, that guy.
Anyway, I came my journey to the UK.
Check if they.
It's been a long time coming. Plan, putting in and out, and then we eventually decided that okay, UK it is. We're deciding between Canada and UK, and then Canada was, taking so long, and UK surfaced, and then we were. I didn't come through Rwanda.
Okay.
My stopover was Casablanca.
So that one again.
What
different kind
airline did you use then?
Morocco.
Oh, okay. I used Turkish.
From where? From Abuja.
Lagos. Muritala Mohammed International Airport.
Would you tell us how your journey to UK?
Yeah, I also came through flight. I didn't come through power boat. Then, so we had stopover at Egypt. Egypt is actually lovely anyway. Well, when they gave us 1 year food, I was like, what's this one? And I was pregnant anyway, so I was like, I would just throw up and toilet, everything like that. You understand? Like, and their food was so nice, like it was normal rice. Yeah,
Qatar
yeah, it was
one of the best in the world.
exactly.
Qatar
So it was so nice. So when I was seeing this one, like leave. They want to drink water. It's like they are subsidizing their water. It was just more water. I mean, I need to drink a lot of water. Just that cup, you understand? But it was actually fun. Egypt was nice. We slept in a lovely room. Like, if you see the bedroom. Yeah, let me make jest of myself. I was actually for bucket and bowl to pour water on my body. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Sorry.
We should have got ourselves in.
Emirates and Qatar, they are one of them.
Yes. And their ostress are.
Emirates are nice.
Yeah, we found ourselves in UK anyway.
That
When I got down from UK, I saw the cold. I was like, did they own AC in this place? Like when I stepped out, it was too cold. I was asking, I'm telling you, I was asking that did they own AC? I was like, no, this is the weather of UK. I was like, wow. Oh, it's not really funny.
Yeah,
anyway,
just to add, then we landed we were to stay in Gillingham, Kent. When we got here, the first thing we saw when the taxi picked us was a rainbow. Wow. So my son was like, Mama, see rainbow. I say, yeah, that means this place has
Good
welcomed
sign.
us. So that's one journey that I won't forget.
What motivated you to come to UK to study abroad in the UK?
Lucy, you have my
The basic reason, generally, me, we wanted something better for ourselves and doing something different. Then maybe people say better future for the kids,
better
a
life.
better life for
That's what you
myself,
thought?
my husband, my family, and children. That was I thought, but when we came here, there was culture shock. Still at it, we are trying to keep our head above the water and living above the stress. So
My motivation is just school. I came here for school, and going to UK had been my childhood dream. I had always said, not just UK, I just said I'm going to London every day, and I got to London actually. And when I was coming for school. I really want to go to school in UK. I'm here for school, and this is what I'm doing.
And when you're
And
done, you're going
healthcare
back,
leadership.
yeah.
When I'm done,
Yes, because you're here for school.
Yeah.
So when you're
I'm here for school, and then career pursuit. I'm going back home, like I mentioned. I'm going to Rwanda to use whatever I learned here.
your country,
By the
Rwanda.
time I may not go back to this. Wherever I get to at any point in time is where I'm settling. That's my kind of person.
To be honest, studies and better life. Yeah.
Okay, what motivated me was better life. I wanted to have a master's from UK because I want to compete globally with my peers. So a better life for my children. It's one big idea for me, and it's something that I've always wanted to do. It didn't necessarily have to be UK, maybe any other country, but obviously where you have a system that works. Like for me, a lot of people say, oh, there are some things that there are humans running this economy, just like we have humans running Nigeria. They have some errors, some mistakes, but then they have a system that works. And there's nothing, as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing as good as having to bring up your children in a place where there are rules and regulations and they are kept. One thing that stands out for me, for instance, is the fact that the traffic lights, you're passing during the day, at night, whenever. Is there anybody? There's nobody. When it's red, they stop. For me, that's a lot of discipline. It takes somebody who has discipline to wait. There's nobody watching you. Yes, there are cameras. So that thing for me, I'm a big fan of morals when it comes to children. I'm not into, oh, my child is good in maths. No, morals. You know, me, I had very strict parents. My childhood was a very strict one. I know that a lot of things that I do are as a result of what my parents had put in me. But it's because my parents went the extra mile. Unfortunately, if you see people whose parents did not go that extra mile, they tend to, they deviate. So I want a system, a place where my children would understand what discipline means. And if for anything, that's one thing I've seen in this country that stands out for me. Yes, there are some loose areas, we can agree, but that moral, that discipline, that idea that you can't throw things on the floor. You don't just scream. Yeah, you still have one or two things. So, I know for me, I don't know about other people, but for me, there are things that I have picked, that I have thought about, that I feel like with what I am able to impute in my children. Because at the end of this all, one thing I want to stand out for is who I raised. Do you understand? It's whom did I raise? I want to look at this child of mine tomorrow and say, I raised this child well. And that's what, for me, it's a primary obligation. I do not want to, So that's one of the reasons. That's what necessitated me picking the UK. That's for me.
Okay. What do you find most exciting or enjoyable about studying in UK?
flexibility of lecturers. You can always access your lecturer. You
Yeah.
know, your lecturer is not like one
They are not
semi
strict.
god.
I'm telling
It's
you.
not like a semi god in a, you know.
Very true.
You can always talk to them, and sometimes you're even scared of talking because you might think he might take things wrongly. But at the end of the
Do you know
day,
there's actually no stupid question.
there's
you
no
know?
stupid question
Yeah.
because they understand where you're coming from,
And
they understand
another
your
thing I
background.
noticed
So
is if you ask a question, even if you answer and your answer is not correct, they'll not come
they don't
and
tell
tell
you it's wrong.
it's
They
wrong.
tell you you
They will
tried.
tell you, oh
Yeah.
yeah, but I think
Yes.
like they will be very diplomatic with their
Yes.
answer. And that's it. Do you know a wrong and your lecturer telling you, oh that's a wrong answer can kill your morale. You never want to speak again. But these people do answer you in such a way that you feel that even if the answer you gave is wrong, you will still like have the courage to speak up next time.
We can also say they're in depth with what they're doing. They're very, very in depth. Like if you study the course, at the end of the day, if you're diligent, you can defend the course. You can defend your program.
Education
Because of
system
the way.
generally in the UK it's very good.
Yeah.
The education is very good. I think a lot of times we, you know, where we are coming from. We, when I say all of us, they are from the same region, the same country. Where we are coming from, we are more of the fast paced.
Yeah. Always on the fast lane.
You know, by 2 years, your child is already. If you are not careful, 3 is reading 1 to 100. You'll be writing, you get. So, but it's very few schools that now started incorporating the Montessori kind of school that they will be doing handwork. So here they are more into, for those who have younger children. You see that the ones that even the 4 years are going to school, they are just, you know, it looks like they are not doing anything, but they are actually doing
Okay. What do you find most exciting? Is that what we were talking about? On the other hand, what challenges have you encountered as an international student?
What I find most exciting here is
Say them. You have said them.
traffic lights.
How things are done. Okay, just also say something.
Like a bit of what I said,
Yeah.
a working system.
The working system, yeah.
I want to go and take a bus. I'm in my house. I'm checking the app. The bus will come by 12:30.
So they have a system that works.
So that is very exciting for me.
Yeah.
It's exciting for me
Very,
because
very.
You
I'm
can
able to
plan your day
You
and
can plan your day and stick to
You
it.
might have
Yeah.
some pinches though because they are human beings that are
but
operating.
nothing that will throw
You
you
know, so
off
that thing
completely.
for me, why I'm saying this, I lived in Lagos. I worked in Victoria Island. And I know how I used to wake up in the morning. If I have a meeting tomorrow, I will start planning my day today. Not that I don't know, I'll wake up early, but even as I'm sleeping, I'll just be checking. Is there traffic?
Yeah.
Put traffic radio. You know, your day can just, you can wake up today, your day will just scatter.
You can even would have gone out and not meeting up with whatever you
So
will hang on.
for
your
me,
brains.
it is exciting for me.
Yeah.
Saying I'm going. I'll meet you by 1:30. And I'm there because I'm a time conscious person. I'll be there by 1:30 because if I leave earlier, I'll meet you by 1:30.
Of
But
course.
you can't do that. You
Not
know? So that
in-
for me is exciting.
Not,
Very,
not back home. If you must do it back home, you must go extra mile.
Yeah.
do you know there have been times that when I had to go somewhere, sleep over to meet up with an appointment. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because you don't know what
Because of Lagos
anything can
factor.
happen.
Because of Lagos factor anyway.
That's Lagos factor, not everywhere.
Abuja doesn't
Not
really have
everywhere.
that.
Because
Yeah, Lagos.
Abuja is very spaced.
Yeah.
And like she said, I'm a very time conscious person. Like that's why I said, if you have to do it back home, you need to add more effort. I meet with time. I don't slack with time. I meet with time, and I've been meeting with time. So, and like we said, it's about system anyway. It's about system. Things are systemized.
Things are working.
In fact, over systemized in UK. Because today in the bus, I was just looking at this bus. I said, if bus had to stop here, no matter how the length of time we spend on the traffic, they are not opening the bus door
Until you get
for
to
people
the
to
bus.
get out. They will have to get there for people to get out. I was just checking it.
Yes,
I say if it's in Nigeria, they will say now that we are in traffic,
oh yeah,
people should go so that they don't have to stop.
exactly
at the bus stop.
No.
I said, but you don't do it here because it's binding.
Another
This
thing
is
that
system.
is exciting for me here is the friendliness. I have two ways of looking at issues for me. Sometimes when things happen, I tend to weigh both angles of issues. Like people, I feel the warmth of people around here. I want to give an instance. I took a bus. I was going somewhere one weekend. That was about 2-3 weeks back. There was a road construction at the bus stop where I was supposed to be. But I saw the road construction. You know how when they are doing construction, they'll just block one side and all that. So I just waited there. So when the bus driver was coming, he signaled to me to go to the next bus stop. It was like not too far. So as I was going, he rode past me. I was walking fast initially, but when he rode past, I said, this man, let me get there. When I wait for another bus. But he stopped in front. So when he stopped, he came down from the bus. I was signaling me to come. Do you understand? Yeah. So because he stopped, that motivated me to run. So I had to ask for this man to stop for me. I ran. Do you know when I got to the bus, everybody in the bus was clapping for me. The guy gave me a high five. You made it. You just won your Olympic gold. Do you know what I'm saying? Everybody was clapping. I was now wondering, where did I come from?
No, sorry. Most times our experience in UK are because of perception or because of our experience.
Yeah.
Personally, I'll give you a contrary view to what you said. Why? Because I was at the bus station and because the bus was leaving, he just locked the door. This elderly woman came and was knocking. He refused to open the door. He was there.
Yeah.
There had been
I think it has to. I was going to say something.
So it's not. Yeah. You don't, most times I don't think it's
like when
I had like two bad. I was
like when you start seeing the warmness.
Yeah.
I don't feel warmness anymore.
There is no warmness.
Yes.
The only thing is this. I have noticed with them. I used to tell my husband, I don't know these people are. If you want to cross the road, people want to stop and tell you cross.
Yes.
That could be the aspect of oneness. We've not had neighbors coming out and saying hello.
Yeah,
no,
everybody
don't do that.
They don't do that.
I'm not. When you said it, the only thing that came to mind is okay. I don't want to generalize the oneness, but we have also gotten a level of oneness different times at different people, different things like what we just had. The guy may not be a Britain, but helping us print this. When everybody have said it's something, I told him
everybody has different experiences. So
we've got, but it's not generalized. They don't have general. What do you say when something is happening? It's in Nigeria we have that kind of intuition. Something is happening in the bus to your neighbor. You are just looking forward.
Yeah.
You're not even saying what's happening to my neighbor. I will be like, are these people human beings?
Yeah.
I don't know about you. Maybe.
And most times they are repulsive to your help because they are not used to it. I was in a bus. I saw this elderly woman. She fell. She was bleeding. I was giving help. She was refusing my help.
I don't know.
She was bleeding.
People will fall by the road. Sometimes I was bringing my baby. People fall by the road. People are passing.
Okay, I think I still have a bit of. I'm not trying to defend.
You're talking about your experience anyway, and it's about the people you have come in contact with. Like I said, I can tell you that the drivers, they're always nice, stopping so that you pass. But you see this bus experience of you are at the bus stop. They will lock the door. You're knocking.
I've not had that experience.
The bus have not moved.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've not had it personally, but I've stand by and see people. Please,
my
they will
heart
just
was
move.
broken
I
that
say okay.
day.
They are trying to meet.
Oh, you see that whole this that we used to have that. Oh, the person's elderly.
Nothing.
No, they don't. No. That is it. I say
just a few of them.
Maybe they're working to meet up with time. This over system, I can tell you, UK is over systemized.
Yeah, I think maybe
sometimes
that's
that
probably
system
why.
have not gone down very, very well.
That's
what strategies have you used to balance your academic commitment with your social life and personal well-being?
Social life.
What strategy?
Personally, what I just do when it's time to work, I work, but I still create time for study. Then you create time for family and personal self. If not, you you have to be intentional about everything, or you're going to break down, because the system does not give you that breathing space. Like what I told myself, UK is just 20 hours, it's not to 24 hours, because time runs fast and you have to plan every of your move. If not, you have lots of backlogs. So you just have to be conscious and be intentional about, I'm doing this particular day, this is when I should do this, this is when I shouldn't.
Okay, that question, you can also approach it from the fact that we have different activities and what we are doing. For me, time had been like over, because I'm not always out. So one of the strategies I have is I go out to volunteer at different places, in my church, the charity home, anywhere I need to give out help, I'll just go there while I wait for the day that I go to work somehow. Or because here you don't even get to see your spouse, they're at work. So if you don't have an adult you are with, you seem to be very lonely, except if you come up with something. And when you are lonely, time is slow, time is moving small. Most of the days when my husband is at work, we'll be looking at clock for 10 o'clock to knock. No go knock. Just for my husband to come back. So it's so I have the days I go out to do some voluntary, the church, the charity home, and wherever. So have you encountered any instances of discrimination or bias, and how did you handle them?
I haven't encountered any
discrimination and bias.
I think I don't know what they call this. Something that, for me, it's something we all live with, no matter the country you are in. Where we come from, we tend to have the tribal issues. So here we have the racial, So well, there have been encounters, workplace, on the train, but the only thing is it's subtle. It's just you that will understand what they are trying to do.
I don't even take it. Most times they're even the ones that are like, I didn't notice. I don't look out for any of those.
The attitude mostly, it's mostly not.
Sometimes they don't speak verbal.
It's not usually verbal.
But
They don't want
if you're
you.
saying this whole bus thing, are there not times you have entered a bus and the person you are drawn to go and sit next to is your kind of person?
Yeah, they have.
So what will you now say about that then?
I don't also like you said, I don't stick by the people because they are people of color. I just get where I'm comfortable and I see. If you don't like me, you can also get up. But I've not even experienced somebody getting up.
I've not experienced some, but
Yeah.
I've experienced them. They clinch a lot of times when you come. Yes, they will. Some of them will clinch, and you see the person at a point.
Or in workplace, sometimes you ask them something, they will not answer you.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's
serious?
there.
Yes, they won't answer
They
you.
just it's.
They
Like
won't
you said,
answer
it's
you.
They won't answer you, but they try to answer their own. So, like me,
It's against
No,
ethics.
if somebody
personally,
has not said anything, you cannot hold people
Yes,
by
you
their
cannot
action.
hold
So it
them.
is a subtle
because
thing
actions
that
could mean
goes on.
anything.
Yes,
So,
but
if you say I didn't
you're
hear you,
asking somebody something that has to do with work, and the
if the
person
person
did
says
not
I
answer
didn't
you,
hear you, but what would you do?
but
Exactly.
you would have said it the way the person would have said it.
So,
Oh, hi.
Maybe
If I
I-
was talking to you, did you hear me?
Exactly, it's happening.
No, if you notice somebody's behaving like that,
Yes,
you
I
come
used
to
to-
the person and say,
okay.
oh yeah,
Let me
I was
say,
talking
the,
to you,
the
did you hear
things
me?
I've done at my workplace is that somebody is not. At the time, somebody was not even answering me. He was talking with somebody. Thank God for that lady too. She said, "I'm a Christian. If it's me, I will confront her." She just reminded me too that I'm a Christian. I need to. And I went to her and I said, "Why is it you don't answer? You don't answer me when I say good morning?" She said, "Oh, this morning I was busy. You saw that." I said, "No, it's not about this morning.
it's
about-
means you've experienced it then.
Do you understand? It's about that every other time I greeted you." And that thing made her jump. Like now she
could be confronted,
she's
so, yeah, she's
the
conscious
one
of-
greeting me. She's a 63-year-old.
and because she doesn't want to be called out, because it's a big deal.
Yeah.
How did you handle it? We are sure we talked
Yeah,
about how we
confront-
handle it.
Not the are we fighting kind of
Not
confrontation,
fight, but
just in a
Don't also mind them. Don't give your time to them.
Like me personally,
Just
when I
stay
see
with
them,
them as-
when I go to work, I go to work with expectations of either positive or negative vibe.
Yeah.
So when I get it from you, it's either I maneuver it or I give it back to you.
What advice would you give to other Nigerian students
Yeah.
planning to study in the UK based on your experience? Oh yeah.
Get your house before coming.
Get
Huh?
your what?
Don't start off from a video like that now. You spoil it. Don't worry, I'm almost done.
Getting a
Getting
job
a-
is much, to me, getting a job I feel is much easier than
trading
getting
house.
Starting fast.
Anyway, you guys, thank you guys.
Thank you for
Wait, let's
watching our
close this.
channel.
Thank you.
See you guys next time.